Здравствуйте, my friends, and welcome back to Travnica. So, this is the third time I'm trying to record this. The first time, my mouse didn't work with me. The second time, I talked a lot of bullshit because I found out I can't play the game and at the same time tell a complicated story. So, this is the Halloween update of this game. And I wanted to talk about Halloween in general, but I couldn't concentrate at the same time, playing and telling the story, so we'll do it like that. First of all, we'll look at the changes of the update, and if you're interested, in the end, I'm going to tell you something about Halloween that is up my mind, you know? That is in my mind, and I wanted to tell. Because, spoilers, I'm not the biggest fan of Halloween. So if you're interested to hear why, stick around till the end. But first we're going to look for the changes now. So as you just saw, I picked up a pumpkin. So that is one of the first changes in the Halloween version. I wonder what you can do with the pumpkin. As mentioned, I already played for a minute or so I already knew there was a pumpkin. So let's see what changed in the barn. Maybe we find something new. I read through the update. But it was only in a Russian version, you know, no English translation. And it said something about knives and pumpkins. So I already found the pumpkins. And I found a candle. Not a knife. Well, I'm more of a fan of candles than knives, so that is good. Look, a candle. It will add a touch of coziness and romantic atmosphere to my place. For who? The little Gollum's grandpa? The little dwarf guy, I forgot his name. The Slavic legend guy who rubs your back, quite literally. Okay, so what can we do with the candle? I assume we can definitely sell it. Well, let's see how much the candle is. It's 10, and see how much the pumpkin is. 1. So the pumpkin is definitely for some kind of magical stuff going on. Okay, let's play with the cat again, get us another pumpkin. And then we'll see what we can do with the pumpkin. Ah, okay, I found the knife. Wow, it's an old knife. The blade is covered with brown spots. It's probably rust, but the cutting edge looks sharp. I think I can use it. I wonder what these runes on the handle mean. Steven. Obviously. I don't know. I'm not too sure. Huh. I wonder what I can do with a knife. So instead of a frying pan, I got a knife. That's something different. So let's see. First of all... Oh, I didn't get milk yet. Maybe I can make like pumpkin cake? Well, I probably first need some kind of bread or something I can put in the pumpkin. I wonder what I can do with a knife. Ah. Okay, I see. Wait a minute. I don't want to make anything. I'm just too tired. Oh, wait a minute. But I'm sure that the candle needs to go into the pumpkin. Play with the cat. Slavia's playing with the kitty. Okay. Ah, and this is even a cutscene. Cool. What a nice thing I have made. I should craft some more and decorate my yard. The neighbors will love it. Which neighbors? Oh, the ones that always leave like, always not yield, flour and milk and eggs in your barn. These are some nice neighbors. Okay. Well, I assume that is already all the update was about. I mean, it was called 1.1.1, so it was not all that much. I knew that from the beginning. So, let's talk about Halloween, shall we? Halloween. So, most of my viewers for these Travnica videos are from a country that does not traditionally celebrate Halloween. I know as much because I mean, I don't know too much about Russia, but I at least know that it isn't a classical tradition in Russia. I know that much. And also not in its surrounding states like Belarus, or also not in the Baltic states. Although Although, of course, these days, probably in most of these states, you celebrate it one way or the other. Like, at least in the city. At least that is the way it is in Germany. At least that is the way it is in Germany. I don't really know about your countries. Let me know in the comments below. So, now, I'm not one who says like, this and that is a tradition. This and that is not. We have to celebrate this and this festival, but not the one from America. Never. I'm not that kind of guy. I myself, I do not even participate in most of my own traditions. And if you people are not now thinking about Oktoberfest or something like that, let me tell you, where I'm from, you do not celebrate Oktoberfest. You only celebrate Oktoberfest in Bavaria. I know that is hard to believe because America wants you to think that all Germans run around in lederhosen, but that is not true. That's only Bavaria. And even in Bavaria, most people don't wear lederhosen these days. So, what was I actually talking about? I was not talking about German stereotypes, wasn't I? No, I was talking about Halloween. So I'm not someone who participates in traditions all that much. Like, for example, where I'm from in the Netherrhine region, if you know that, it's close to Holland, we celebrate Carnival. Carnival, it's like really big, where everyone wears costumes and wears masks and all that shit, and then everyone drinks a lot, and you know the drill. You know how festivals work, you know? And that is a big thing in the Netherrhine region for hundreds of years. And I personally, I'm not the biggest fan of it. I'm just not, you know? And there are also other traditions I do not participate in that are kinda the norm in the Netherrhine region. So, I'm not the one saying, don't celebrate Halloween because it's not one of our traditions. But I personally find Halloween very, very stupid. Why? Halloween has very, very messed up ethics. What do you teach kids through Halloween? You teach them, if you don't get what you want, mess with other people's stuff. This trick-or-treat shit is fucked up. Like, literally. You teach little kids, if neighbor A isn't at home and gives you candy, throw an egg at his window. And I hope only eggs, you know? I'm sure there are specialists who throw other shit. Or a day ago or so, I read on the internet from a German who said, like, when he was a child and someone didn't give him candy, and they still opened the door, then he and his friends threw eggs into his house, and they found that really funny. And my brain is just like, what the hell is wrong with you? What the hell is wrong with you? Which kind of parents allow their kids to do that shit? Like, what the actual fuck? Like, what the actual fuck? Now, you may say, Toby, that's my name if you didn't know, Toby, you're all too serious. You are too serious, it's just all in good fun. Kids get sweets, everyone is happy, you know? And I say, okay, if it is in all good fun, I don't even have something against it all that much. If it is all in good fun, I don't have anything against it. But still, the pure morale behind it, it's still messed up. And that, where I live, there is a similar, a very, very similar, actually, fest, or not fest, how do you call it, like a celebration. And it's called Saint Martin, after a holy man who was called Martin, obviously. And Saint Martin was a Roman soldier who was a Christian, obviously. And don't get me wrong, I have nothing to do with church or Christianity or all that. You know, it's just I like the celebration. So there was this Roman soldier who found a beggar on the streets who was freezing to death, and he gave him some of his clothing so that the dude didn't freeze to death. And later he became a bishop and all that shtick. But you know, it's about celebrating a good person. A person who did good to other people. And to celebrate this man's life, children in Germany, well, not all over Germany, but at least where I live, children make their own lanterns, go from house to house, sing songs about this man and how he shared with this poor man and stuff like that. And then the people in the houses, or the house owners, give them candy. Because also the holy Martin or whatever, Saint Martin, shared with other people. That is the thought behind that. The thought is, share with other people and everyone is happy. That is a nice tradition. I mean, I don't even care, if you care about religion or not. It's like Muslims celebrate this together with Christian kids these days in schools. Everyone participates in that because it's nice. It's not even these days. It's similar to Christmas. It's not even about religion all that much anymore. It's just about being nice to each other. What the fuck is Halloween about? About tricking or tricking each other if you don't treat them. This is some messed up moral standards, in my opinion. So, I'm through that. Let me know what you think about Halloween. If you think it's the greatest thing ever, let me know why you think the morale is not messed up and you should celebrate, and why you should celebrate it. I mean, as mentioned, I'm all for kids getting candy. And I'm all for kids dressing up, even as zombies or vampires or whatever. I'm all against teaching children mess up other people's stuff if you don't get what you want. My personal opinion. As mentioned, if you think differently, leave it in the comments down below. And maybe, it's probably too late to bring St. Martin to your country, but that is such a nice tradition. That is such a nice tradition, and I have very fond memories of that. I have very fond memories of that when I was a child. Actually, also not so fond memories. A few, like when I was like 5 or 6. When I was a small child, I often would. As mentioned, the children usually go together from house to house, and a lot of children, often school classes, or, the children who live in the same street, they go together, and stuff like that. And when I was like 5 or 6, I was very slow. And I mean, I'm not very fast these days, but I was a very slow kid. And me and my mom, we would always be like 2 houses back when the others were already like 2 houses further. And then I would sing like alone for the people there. Not that I had something against singing alone, but often they had only like apples left. And while the other children got like sweets and all that stuff, I got apples and nuts. So that was sometimes a bit shitty. But still it was a great time. When I lived in Berlin, I saw little kids going through the street celebrating St. Martin. Although this is totally not a thing actually in Berlin. And I was so happy to see them because it is actually not a thing in Berlin. To be honest, I nearly cried. Like, this really touched me. It reminded me so much of home. And I was very homesick in Berlin. Gotta be honest here. I was not the biggest fan of living in Berlin, in hindsight. Yeah. Wow, now I actually told more stories than I actually wanted. So yeah, I think that is it. Yeah, so, as mentioned, leave your comments about Halloween, St. Martin, or whatever in the comments down below. If you have some similar traditions as Halloween that are not messed up like Halloween, then tell me about them in the comments. If you celebrate something similar in Russia or in Belarus or somewhere else, wherever you are from, who is watching this video. If you have something similar, but which is nicer, tell me about it. I'm always interested in other people's culture. So, next time we'll see each other, there will be hopefully the version 1.2 of Travnica. Or if there's an earlier update, of course I'll play that too. And, As always, check out other stuff I do. If you want to, feel free to. You don't need to. I played Everlasting Summer. I played other visual novels. I play RPG Maker games. Usually ones with good story. And if the story is not good, you'll hear me complaining a lot. I don't know if that is appealing. So, thank you everybody for watching. Come back whenever you feel like it. And I'll see you then. Bye bye.